Do you pronounce the B in a word like thumb? Today we're going to be taking a look at silent B sounds. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show. Wake up, American. Monday through Friday, we are here right around 8 o'clock a.m. to give you your 5-10 minutes of pronunciation practice because if you are really interested in change in your pronunciation, then that is what it takes. It takes studying every day consistently as much as possible. But hey, it starts with can you do 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day? To guide you in this process, there is me. Hello, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. That's one of the 4 keys to getting a natural sound in American English pronunciation, including breath, pitch, placement, and trying to weaken your consonant sounds, trying to strengthen your vowel sounds. If you're hanging with me today, let me know, whether it's the replay or live. So Zuhair gets it. They say, hey, great to see. Sorry, keep an eye on my mic because my mic's been going in and out. Today we're going to be targeting words with B sounds that do not end up getting pronounced. So we're going to be going through these, so make sure that as we say these words that you do not pronounce these words. That's going to be the key to sounding natural. Let's actually take a look at that, for instance, first word that I just mentioned, which is the word thumb. So it's not thumb, it's just thumb. It just ends on an M sound. That's it. There's nothing else to that. Just end on an M. Don't include that B at the end. You want to be careful to getting from that TH to that schwa. So it's like th. Keep your placement down. I'm doing that with the tip of my tongue down against my bottom front tooth. Th. It's like th. And then when you're trying to say thumb, same idea. When you're getting from that sound to that sound, just again try to keep that placement down. So um, uh, thumb. It's not going to sound right if you say like because now you're making like an ah sound, and we want so that's our very first word I want to take a look at, is thumb. The next one is hopefully not one that you'll need to use anytime soon, but if you own a home, maybe. Next word here, plumber. Plumber. Same idea as thumb. And may I ask, held B or drop B? Completely dropped. So for thumb, for plumber, all the words we're going to talk about today, these are not even pronounced B sounds. Not even pronounced. Treat them as silent. Pretend they're not even there. Okay, so these are not going to be held sounds. That's a great question. So plumber. Plumber. Just pronounce an M sound. It's that same idea. Plum. Make sure you're not saying plum, where your placement goes high, where your becomes an ah. So just watch out for that. And then add that plumber. Plumber. Another note too, when I'm saying that pull sound, pull, I'm keeping the tip of my tongue down against the bottom of my mouth. Plumber. So plumber. That's our next one. Our next one, let us see here. And if you can think of other examples, feel free to post them. Next word here is limb. Limb. It's like le, with short I sound. Make sure you're not. All right, guys, I may have to restart. You were probably in school years ago when your nice English teacher taught you to say these words. Wrong. All contain vowel sounds that consonants can transform into horrible, horrible monsters. We are hunting down consonants starting with the letter L. Say these words to yourself really quick. Real. Girl, milk, roll, cool. Did you say them like I did? If not, it's because when the letter L comes at the end of a word, you want to make sure of these things. The tip of your tongue is down. The back of your tongue is high. There is enough air moving through your throat. It's like a consonant sound becomes a vowel sound like uh, uh. Let's try them again then, shall we? Real, girl, milk, raw, cool. Hear all that breath. Real and cool, by the way, have
long vowel sounds.
That's important because long vowels, when they connect with the letter L, have a slightly
different
sound. Compare.
really, real, really, real. Notice that the long vowel pronounces the vowel sound and then adds in all sound. Here are examples of major long vowels with L's attached. Style, stale, steal, spoil, stool. Don't get nervous if you hear a D come after the L sound either. Keep your vowel the same in pairs like these. Ball, bald, saw, sawed, call, called.
Can we do that faster?
Ball, bald, saw, sawed, call, called. Ball, bald, saw, sold, call, called.
It's not just the L that's after your English, though.
The letter N is horrible at leaving your words in an awful mess to clean up. Lone, moon, pain. If you said lowen, mooin, or payin, it's a problem. All right, we're back. We'll see how this one goes. I appreciate you guys checking. I am completely aware of what's going on, but I appreciate that. Okay, this should be good. We'll keep rolling. Our word here was limb. See, Emmanuel was excited about the consonants video. So again, thanks to Zuhair and Emmanuel. So limb, when you're saying limb, again, this is going to be with a silent B sound. Okay, so don't pronounce that. Thanks for the welcome back, Zuhair. So when you're saying limbs, so it's just an M sound at the end. Limb. Another thing too that we haven't mentioned, when you're saying an M sound, just watch out for your placement. The letter M is pronounced with a low placement, so it's so it's not it's more Make sure you're saying that M sound with that low placement, because otherwise everything else around the M might go higher in placement. So you want to be mindful of that. So it's not leem, it's lem. Compare leem, lem, leem, lim. Let's make sure you're saying lim, lim. Okay, so the other thing too is I'm using a dark L at the start of that, so I'm keeping the tip of my tongue. That's the tip of my tongue, keeping it down against the bottom of my mouth. So I'm saying that for lim, 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 lim. Okay. Next word, and again, if you think of some silent B words, be sure to add them to our list. Our next word here is comb for your hair. You have to comb your hair. Comb, comb. O, co. Watch out from that linking from O to M. So it's not OM, it's just comb, 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 comb. Okay, so just a note there. O, co, comb. Notice that when I'm saying that O, so too, I'm not really rounding my lips much. It's not ohm, it's more just Yeah, that's a good one here. So obvious. Personally, when I say obvious, I pronounce a slight B sound. I'll be honest. But you will hear some people pronounce it without the B. So obvious or obvious. Obvious, that's if you have to be. Obvious if you have it without. So obvious or obvious. Usually when I say it with a B sound myself. A very slight one. But I won't attack you if you keep it. Keep it without it. See if you think of some others as well. We talked about comb. We talked about thumb. Oh, this is a super, not something that you guys going through crazy amounts of. But our next word here is debt. Debt. Sometimes I see students really trying to put a B in there. To really try real hard to get the B thrown in there. But the reality is that debt is pronounced without the B. Debt, debt. Make sure it doesn't sound like death, death, although it certainly can feel like that. Um, so debt. A lot of times, what you're going to hear as well, I'm using what's called a held T. So that's why you're not hearing debt. I'm just saying debt, debt. So you're not hearing that breath release on the T. So it's just like debt, debt. Or if you want the T sound, you can say debt, debt. Just know in more common speech, you're less likely to hear that T sound, though it certainly is possible. Let's do a couple more words here. I'm trying to pick ones that are extremely common for you guys. Similar to sound and debt, we have also doubt. I have a doubt about something. Doubt. Watch out for this ow sound. Again, we have another diphthong. So you don't want to like go crazy on the diphthong. So it's not ow. I would really recommend trying to keep your lips straighter. Ow, doubt, 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 doubt. Okay, so just watching out for that. Doubt. Ow, doubt, doubt. And that also has that held T sound that we just mentioned for debt. So debt and doubt. Bear the spreading the good word. Yes. Like and subscribe for more videos. Your support, it certainly helps our stream. Look, I'll be honest, guys. The more we can get people tuning into us for our weekly stream, that allows me to do more things on the channel as well. That's definitely true. So if you find this helpful, the least you can do if you find this helpful is just like the stream because that tells YouTube other people might like it too. Mayo found another word too. Good job, Mayo. The word here is tomb. Okay, watch out for this oo sound. For those of you who are British training, getting from this T sound to an oo can be a little tricky. You don't want to add an E sound before it. So it's not tium. It's just going to be tomb. Go right from the oo to the T. Oo, two, oo, two, oo, two, two. So just watch out for that on the word tomb. Just a note. Great choice. Also, make sure you're not shifting your vowel from that oo sound to the M. It's not oo. It's just um, um, tomb, tomb. Keeping that placement down as always. Berta's here. I know she loves placement. So hopefully that'll be helpful with that. Last couple words I have for you guys. Next one. Good one. Subtle. Subtle. This has a couple things I want us to be mindful of. Subtle. Something's very subtle. So you have a schwa sound after your sound. So sa. It's not sa. It's not subtle. It's subtle. So keep that placement down. Then you have that fast D sound. That T becomes what's called a fast D because when you have a T plus an L plus a vowel sound, you're typically going to get what's called a fast D sound. So that's why we're getting that uddle. Uddle. Could you say uddle for me? Really just try to pay attention to the sound. Don't worry about the spelling. Can you say uddle? Uddle, uddle, uddle. Uddle, uddle, uddle. Okay, if you can do that, you're making a fast D sound. We don't want to say uddle because that D sounds way too heavy. Keep it light. Okay. Honestly, I'm just keeping the tip of my tongue down against the bottom of my mouth the entire time. Uddle, uddle, uddle. That's the tip of my tongue down against the bottom of my mouth the entire time. Uddle, uddle, uddle. Subtle, subtle, subtle. Okay. Uddle, uddle, uddle. Subtle, subtle, subtle. Manuel's found a good word as well. Lamb. Lamb. Again, I'm using a dark L once more to my tongue down. The key thing I want you to watch out for lamb is that when you have that ah sound, like in cat or fast, ah, and when you have that linking with that M, it's going to sound like am, 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 and then we're going to say lamb. So as you get from that ah to the M, just make sure you're doing a heavy breath out of your nose right before that M sound to make sure that you get that am. Otherwise, it's going to turn into like lam or something like that, which just isn't quite the sound we are going for. And Emmanuel asks, great question here. So we talked about subtle.
Question.
So in subtle, there's no B, but in the word subtitle, there is a slight B sound. Sub. Subtitle. Subtitle, yes. So it's subtitle, keep the B. Great question, Emmanuel. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm going to leave you guys with one more word. Taking a look. This one. Climb. Climb. Again, also similar to what we talked earlier with thumb. And now we can use our I sound. Okay, so I, cly. Make sure that when you add the L, you don't raise the placement too much. So it's not cly, it's cly, I, cly, I, cly, climb, I, cly, climb. Okay. And then the last word for today is the word bomb. So it's not bomb. Take off the B. So bomb. You want to make sure the placement doesn't go too high after that B. So it's ba, ba. It's not ba. That's too tight. Keep your throat and airways open. Ba, bum. All right. Emmanuel says this is a bit confusing. Not gonna lie. I didn't make the rules. I'm sorry, Emmanuel. I know that this is a lot to throw at you. So, what I will say, there's not really a ton of words that have this situation. So, honestly, all the words I've given you here today, that's going to cover like 90% of your bases. Those are the highest frequency ones. So, if you just studied those words that we looked at today, that's going to put you in pretty good shape. I'll be honest. It's not a super common situation. Okay. Before I head out, guys, if you want to practice to make sure you're not only not pronouncing your B sounds, you want to make sure you're pronouncing these words correctly. You want to get some feedback also maybe on how you're doing your vowel sounds, your placement, things like that. There are, in fact, some members right here in the chat, but we have a group on Telegram where every single day, including today, I take words, and that's often what we do in the stream. I take the words from our stream, I put them in our Telegram group, and then our group members can reply with their own audio files to get feedback. So if you want to actually see if you're pronouncing these words correctly, I encourage you. You may really like our Telegram program. Okay. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, what you can do is you can go over to fluentamerican.com/telegram and subscribe, and we can get you enrolled in practicing words with us every single day because we get feedback to you in 24 hours or less. All right, guys, I'm going to go, but we will be back tomorrow morning, Friday, 8 a.m. New York, with some more Wake Up American. Thank you guys for checking this out. There's a million pronunciation channels out there. So, in fact, you spent some time with us. Greatly appreciated. You guys have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon, and I'll see you all later. Take care.